Hey guys, what's going on? It's MassiveJoes RAW review and I'm coming to you from MassiveJoes.com. Awesome! Raw review for the viewers at home today on an all-new pre-workout supplement from an all-new supplement manufacturer coming out of New York in the United States. It is, of course, Kodiak Sports Attack in the house. Let's get straight into it, show you guys exactly what's in it, tell you exactly what it's gonna do. That nutrition information panel ain't gonna get it done. We about to go balls deep in this here Kodiak Sports Attack. Luckily, got ourselves a big ass nutritional information panel for the viewers at home. Dylan, go ahead and cut up that panel so the viewers have a nice stable copy they can work with me on. Starting from the top, serving size 1 scoop, 10 grams. Got yourself about 25 of them 10 gram bitches in one of these 25 serve attack bitches. In terms of what the 25 serves of the 10 grams is made up of, if we do a quick summation, the cool thing about Kodiak, straight off the top, with not just this supplement, but all of their supplements, is full disclosure on their label. So you know exactly what's in it and the exact amounts of every single ingredient. Because of that, we can do a quick addition and add up all of the active ingredients in the amounts as specified and quickly figure out that they're using about 18% color and flavor, which means 82% active ingredients in this here Kodiak Sports Attack pre-workout, which is good to see. Definitely, we have seen much more colors, flavors, and fillers used in pre-workouts. Anything below 20% is absolutely spot on. Moving right along, let's get into, firstly, the Attack Performance Complex. Starting off with beta-alanine, as carnosine beta-alanine, the best beta-alanine we have seen thus far. For those of you who are unaware, beta-alanine is an anti-fatigue ingredient, buffers fatigue toxins, hydrogen ions, lactic acid, and other fatigue toxins. It's going to help with muscular endurance as the primary purpose of putting beta-alanine in your pre-workout supplement. 3,000 milligrams is just under clinical dose. The clinical dose of beta-alanine is 3,200 milligrams, but so damn close, I would go so far as to say definitely an efficacious dose. Moving right along, we then get into N-acetyl L-tyrosine, aka NALT. N-acetyl L-tyrosine crosses the blood-brain barrier, helps with mental focus, so you can get in the zone during your workout. 750 milligrams is a stupid dose of N-acetyl L-tyrosine. There's actually only one other supplement I can think of off the top of my head that has that much N-acetyl L-tyrosine in it, and the mental focus you get off that other supplement is through the fucking roof. Moving right along, we then get into the caffeine complex in a 300 milligram dose. Now don't get it twisted. That doesn't mean there's 300 milligrams of caffeine in this attack, because it's a combination of caffeine anhydrous and then infinity caffeine, which is dicaffeine malate. So dicaffeine malate yields about 75% caffeine, 25% malic acid. So there's 300 milligrams in total of the combination of caffeine anhydrous and the infinity caffeine. So it's gonna be, we don't know exactly how much of each, but let's say under 300 milligrams of caffeine. Obviously, caffeine, your central nervous stimulant, gonna help with all sorts of stuff with your physical performance and mental performance as well. Moving right along, we then get into 2-amino-isoheptane, which is yielding from an ingredient called Aconitum kuznetsovy. What the Never seen this ingredient before. Well, you guys probably have never seen it. I have seen it because I know that that's one of the natural sources of a stimulant called DMHA, aka Octadrene. For viewers at home who are unfamiliar with DMHA, I'm going to pop a link down in the description box to an article we have written on DMHA in the MassiveJoes Supplement Simplified, so you can go balls deep in that one yourself. But very similar to DMAA, the banned dimethylamylamine, the psychoactive central nervous stimulant, very similar in structure to that and therefore has very similar effects. This particular version, the 2-aminoisoheptane yielding from Aconitum kuznetsovii, is naturally occurring DMHA. So it's not the artificial lab-produced DMHA, it's naturally occurring. The efficacious dose, so the kind of sweet spot dose for the naturally occurring version of DMHA is between 50 to 75 milligrams. In this attack, it's 50 milligrams, so I would go so far as to say efficaciously dosed. Moving right along, we then get into cytidine diphosphocholine, aka CDP choline, aka citicoline. For viewers at home who are unaware, citicoline is a nootropic, crosses the blood-brain barrier, helps with mental focus, of course, and works particularly well with other ingredients such as N-acetyl-L-tyrosine, such as huperzine A that we're going to get to in a second, that also cross the blood-brain barrier and help with mental focus. The one issue we have with the citicoline, the CDP choline in this attack is, although there's not really a clinical dose for it, I mean, I've used supplements that have it dosed up to 500 milligrams and you have a really nice feeling, a really good effect. In this attack, it's 25 milligrams, so it doesn't matter how you cut it, it's quite severely underdosed. Moving right along, we then get into that other ingredient I was just telling you guys about, huperzine A. For viewers at home who are unaware, huperzine A is also a nootropic, also crosses the blood-brain barrier, similar to citicoline and N-acetyl-L-tyrosine in this attack. What it actually is it's an acetylcholine esterase inhibitor. Now, acetylcholine esterase is the enzyme that breaks down acetylcholine, which is a neurotransmitter which helps with mental focus. So you've got effectively huperzine A stopping the breakdown of the elevated levels of acetylcholine being supplied by the citicoline, and to a lesser extent the N-acetyl-tyrosine as well. So you've got these three ingredients in there that work together to help with mental focus. Once again, the issue that we're having with the huperzine A in this attack is it's dosed at 50 micrograms. I personally have used it dosed up to like 200 micrograms for a really good effect. So once again, not really a clinical dose as such of huperzine A, but in its own right, if you kind of isolate it from the other mental focus boosting ingredients in this attack, you would have to say that it's underdosed. Moving right along, we then get into the attack vasodilation matrix, starting off with citrulline malate in the 2-to-1 ratio. It's going to yield 2 grams of citrulline, 1 gram of malic acid. Citrulline malate, for the viewers at home who are unaware, is a nitric oxide booster, going to help with muscle pumps and sick vascularity. Moving right along, we've then got arginine carglutamate. Now, this is a nitric oxide booster we really haven't seen very often in pre-workout supplements. Most pre-workout supplements these days tend to steer away from arginine, or if they do use arginine, they'll use nitrosogene, or if they steer away from arginine, they'll use agmatine. To see this arginine carglutamate is really quite unique. As unique as it is, 500 milligrams is to be honest, going to do sweet fuck. Moving right along, we've then got L-ornithine, which is involved in the urea cycle. Ornithine really enhances the effects of arginine. So when you put arginine and ornithine together, you really get this compounding effects, this compounding result on the effects of arginine, which is of course increased nitric oxide, reduced friction of blood flow, better vasodilation, better vascularity, and better nutrient delivery to working muscles. With the ornithine, you really need to be taking like 2,000 milligrams for it to be effective. So 500 milligrams, once again, is underdosed. And then finally, we move on to the beta vulgaris beet extract, which yields nitrates, which is going to help with nitric oxide production once again. And once again, with the beta vulgaris in here at the 100 milligram dose, you really need to be getting your beta vulgaris 500 milligrams plus for it to be effective. So once again, in its own right, it is quite underdosed. Got yourself some artificial colors, artificial flavors. and that's what's in it. So breaking it down in terms of ingredients, you've got, the first thing I have to say is what's missing from a pre-workout perspective. And the real obvious thing that's missing straight up is something to help with muscle power. There's no creatine in there. There's no Elevate-ATP. There's nothing really to assist with a precursor to ATP or to assist with the phosphate energy system to help with muscle power. That's the one thing it's missing. If we have a look at what's in it, you've got some really cool ingredients. Some of them are properly dosed, some of them are overdosed, but the majority of them are underdosed. So on paper, to be honest, viewers at home, not very impressive. Straight up, probably the only thing when you see it on paper, the only thing that you go, oh wow, that could be quite interesting, is the DMHA and the stupid dose of N-acetyl-L-tyrosine are the two things that really stand out. Everything else, you kind of like, meh. And even the other interesting ingredients are, you know, significantly underdosed. That being said, we have seen this in pre-workout supplements before, where it's not always a case of putting all of the possible ingredients you can think of at full clinical doses and just hoping that they do their thing. There is always that crossover between sweet spot dosages of certain ingredients with other sweet spot dosages of other ingredients that work well synergistically together, like N-acetyl-L-tyrosine, CDP-choline, and herbazine A, that really produce a compounding effect. So we'll talk about that when we get to effects. But on paper, you kind of go, looks cool, probably try it, but not really sure if it's going to be that great a pre-workout supplement. In terms of how it tastes, how it mixes, comes in 4 flavors. Comes in, now Dilip, actually, hold on a second. Dilip, you better get your cutting skills ready because I'm about to say some shit that could get me sued. So just, you know what you gotta do. Comes in Star Punch, AKA Starburst. Comes in Sweet and Tangy, AKA comes in Rainbow Fruit, AKA comes in Geeky Grape, AKA So straight up, you can see, this is another cool thing about this new brand, Kodiak Sports, is they use, it actually says on their tubs, it's got candy series there. So they're using candy-based flavors. Obviously, you guys just saw there, these flavors are quite directed at certain types of candy in terms of the flavor systems and the way that they flavored these pre-workout supplements. Infamous MassiveJoes taste and mixability test about to go down. Got the famous MassiveJoes double wall glass with a spoon. Which flavor should I open, viewers at home? I don't want to give away which one's my favorite just yet, but I reckon I'm gonna have to shoot for the rainbow fruit, AKA baby. Got myself a brand spanking new tub of this here Kodiak Attack, man. Open this bitch up. You think I can bro punch this bitch in? It's probably, yeah, let's go. Bro punch this bitch in. There we go, simple. All right. Grab myself 1 scoop of this here Kodiak Attack. Now the other thing that I didn't go through it with the ingredients, but this is really a true, you wouldn't want to double scoop this attack. This is like a true 1 scoop pre-workout. So I'm gonna take myself 1 scoop of this here Kodiak Attack in the Skittles flavor, the rainbow fruit flavor. I'm gonna throw this bitch in this bitch and let it rain, let it rain. Few flicks of the wrist, man. I'm gonna show you guys how it mixes. I'm gonna refresh my memory on how this rainbow fruit flavor tastes, man. There we go. It's probably enough. Now you can see this is actually quite particular to this flavor. If I can get some zoom and focus action, there's actually like little bits of like flavor floating around in there. It's not active ingredients. The active ingredients, they mix relatively well. You can kind of see that it is starting to settle down the bottom. So it is one of those where you kind of mix it, let it settle, and then mix it again. And then all of the ingredients do mix pretty well, just in a glass with a spoon. So I would go so far as to say blender bowl is not required for this here Kodiak attack. Let me refresh my memory on how this rainbow fruit tastes, man. Man. I don't say this lightly, especially when it comes to pre-workout supplements, because most pre-workout supplements will usually have like that initial taste that is really good, and then you start to get the active ingredient taste, and the aftertaste is shit. I honestly, I don't know how they've done it with 18% flavors and colors, because it tastes like there's like 50% in here. That's really like how good the flavors are. I mean, they have nailed every single flavor in this attack, and it tastes identical to the candy that they are trying to mimic the flavor of. It really is quite phenomenal. I mean, if I had to rank them for you guys, in my personal opinion, I would go the rainbow fruit is my personal favorite, aka the flavor. Then I would go the geeky grape, aka flavor. Then I would go the star punch, aka the flavor. And then after that, I'd go the sweet and tangy flavor, aka the flavor. That's my personal opinion, but they are all that good that like I can drink any of them. And you can seriously take the Pepsi challenge with any other pre-workout supplement on the market today, and I guarantee you any one of those 4 flavors is gonna wipe the floor with it. Absolutely. The flavor, you know what? I would go so far as to say the best tasting pre-workout supplement we have seen thus far. Across all the flavors, they are just phenomenal. Just next level. And I know a lot of us, myself included, we don't drink pre-workouts for the taste. Honestly, most of the time I couldn't give a what the pre-workout tastes like, provided it works. But it is really nice to drink a pre-workout that is delicious. And I mean, Kodiak have really nailed it when it comes to the flavor of this pre-workout in terms of the effects. Because flavors aside, that's what you're taking the shit for. And I did mention when I was talking about the ingredients and the nutritional panel that sometimes it's not always a case of putting fully clinically dosed ingredients all together in the supplement and just hoping for the best. Sometimes you do have to, go a little bit higher in this ingredient, a little bit lower in this ingredient compared to efficacious or clinical dose to get the desired effect. Now, when it comes to the effects of this here Kodiak attack, the energy is phenomenal. Really, really good energy. The mental focus is stupid. And when you combine those two things together, really, really good physical energy from the combination of the caffeine, the dicaffeine malate, the Infinergy, and the DMHA, combined with the mental focus from the N-acetyl-L-tyrosine, the CDP-choline, and the Huperzine A, it makes for just a really nice feeling pre-workout. It's almost like, it's like a very high stimulant pre-workout. Like if you can think of, the way I describe it is if you can think of like the strongest high stim pre-workout that you have ever had, and combine that with a really nice feeling mental focus supplement, something that really kind of puts you in a really good mood, but dials you in psychologically as well. That's the kind of feel that you get from this attack. It's really quite unique. It's nothing that I've experienced before, because usually your high stim pre-workouts are very rough. They'll get you they'll give you a kick up the ass for your workout, but then they drop you like a sack of shit, or middle of your workout, you get a lull in energy. They're very harsh. Whereas a lot of the kind of really good mental focus supplements, the stimulant effect isn't strong enough. So you really, with the Kodiak Attack, you're getting the best of both worlds with regards to physical energy and mental focus, and slamming them bitches together for a really nice, unique feeling pre-workout supplement. In terms of the muscular endurance, 3,000 milligrams of carnosine beta-alanine, no doubt the muscular endurance is really good. You can pretty much train for as long as you want to train for without feeling fatigued or without without sacrificing the performance in your workout. So the muscular endurance is really good. The muscle pumps, really not that great, to be completely honest with you guys. It is the kind of pre-workout supplement where if pumps and vasodilation is something that's important to you to have in your pre-workout supplement, you would need to stack it with a non-stimulant, definitely non-stimulant, nitric oxide booster or vasodilator to get the desired muscle pumps. Because the muscle pump, I mean, the muscle pump matrix is underwhelming and the effects of it are underwhelming. The muscle power, once again, with no creatine in there, no Elevate ATP, nothing like that, you do tend to not feel a lot of muscle power. That being said, a lot of us are supplementing with creatine post-workout, which is when you should be taking it anyway. So for most of us, that's not really that big a deal. But guys, I mean, this is one of my, I tend to jump between pre-workout supplements quite frequently because I'm always trying new shit to give you guys raw reviews. This is one of the pre-workout supplements that I keep coming back to at the moment. I'm really enjoying training on it. It's like I said, it's like a really strong stimulant pre-workout supplement with the benefits of a really good mental focus supplement. So you just have it, you know what? You just really have a good time training on it. It's just fun to train on. And you add into the mix that it's something that you really look forward to drinking. Like it's a treat to have it before your workout. So you drink it, you're feeling good because the shit tastes good, and then the effects come on and you feel really good during your workout. It's just a really nice pre-workout supplement. It's refreshing. It's a refreshing pre-workout supplement, and I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy it just as much as I am. So guys, if you are in the market for a great tasting, very strong mental focus enhancing, muscular endurance increasing pre-workout supplement, you have to give yourself some of this Kodiak Sports Attack a shot. Guys, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, man. Stay up to date with all the latest editions of MassiveJoes RAW review. If you're watching this on the mobile, turn your post notifications on so you don't miss a beat when it comes to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel. And guys, that is MassiveJoes RAW review on the all new Kodiak Sports Attack in the house. And I'm coming to you from MassiveJoes.com.